Hi guys, it's Reese here. Super excited to be hanging out with you today for this live. I'm coming to you from Nicaragua. I'm here on one of my friend's retreats, the Pangea Dreams Retreat, and hanging out with her and her attendees and some of my other friends who are online influencers and bloggers. And one thing that I noticed that helped me when I was first getting started, when I was first growing my audience, I noticed a trend with some of the other girls that are here that have followings of 50, 60, 70,000 followers. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to come on here and just share with you a few quick tips to help you boost your engagement and grow your audience even if you're just starting out, or if you've been going for a little bit and you're trying to boost your audience even more. So I'm really excited to share these tips with you, and they've worked for not just me, but some of my friends as well. So if you are new to the group, I noticed there was a lot of new people that joined the group last night. So if you're new to the group and you don't know who I am, my name is Reese, and I'm the founder of Yes Supply. And Yes Supply is an online community for female entrepreneurs. We have our collective, which is an amazing group of women who are working towards their goals and creating their yes. And I help women do that so they find their passions online and turn it into a business so you can travel, work from Nicaragua like what I'm doing, and create a life of your own design. So if you know anybody who is trying to grow their own online business, or they just want to connect with a whole bunch of really cool women, make sure you invite them to this group or share this live stream with them. So the first tip that you need to know and that you need to follow if you're trying to boost your engagement, if you really want to connect with your perfect target audience, and of course eventually convert them into customers, is to make sure that no matter where you are, even if you're just starting out, even if you only have like 400 followers, make sure you're treating your small following like it's a big following. Make sure you're valuing those people. You're talking to them, you are getting to know them, you are always there for them, you're showing up consistently. Because especially when you're first starting out, if you're not posting consistently, if you're not there for them, if you're not, doing the live streams and the videos and continuously adding content, it's really easy for people to forget about you. When you're first starting out, there are so many distractions. So if you haven't put the work in to build that engagement, build that audience, and build that like emotional connection, that real relationship, people are eventually going to forget. And it's not their fault, and it's not because the content that you have to offer isn't great or that you're not really incredible at what you do. It's just a matter of there is so much happening out there. There are so many, live streams popping up, Instagram stories popping up, advertisements, this and that. So what you need to do is you need to make it a habit to be posting every day, to be sharing value every day, to be helping people every day. And I've seen in my own life and from people that I help and people that I work with, is the people who are the most successful, the people who get all the clients, they don't have to feel salesy or work really hard to attract those customers. They are the ones who show up and are consistently giving value. They're giving value and not worrying so much about the outcome. They're not, doing one single post and then saying, oh my God, why didn't I get a client? They're showing up consistently, and they have their end goal, their passion, their mission, that outcome that they want to create in the world. They know exactly what it is, and they're willing to do what they can to contribute to that mission, whether or not it relates and transforms into customers. But the thing is, when you do that, when you show up, when you position yourself as an expert, when you're there to truly help people and make an impact, if you're giving that value, you're there to help people, you're building that trust, and people feel like they really, really know you, that is going to be great for your business. Having an audience is so powerful. Having a community around what you do is so, so, so powerful. Hi, Sai. Thanks for saying hi, and thanks to George, Tara, Jasmine for jumping in the room. So great to hang out with you guys. So that would be my first tip. Even if you have a small audience right now, recognize, hi Melanie, recognize that, everybody starts at zero. Every single person starts at that exact same point. So don't look at somebody who's way ahead of you and be like, oh my God, I could never get there, because they started off at zero, just like you. I actually just started my own personal Instagram yesterday, because I've been focusing a lot on the Yes Supply one, and I'm going to start off at zero just like everyone else. So keep that in mind. Don't get disheartened if you're just still growing. Just focus on creating the best content ever, helping people, focusing on your mission. Now, another big thing that a lot of times people forget is that you have to, treat others like how you want to be treated. So don't just assume that you can hop on Instagram or hop on, YouTube or Facebook or whatever it is without engaging with your audience. So liking people's photos if they like your photos, commenting back on people when they comment on your stuff, and really think of it, I like to think of social media sometimes as a party, right? So first off, if you're having a party at your house and somebody stops by your house, you're not going to ignore them when they stop by. You're going to be like, hey, how are you? You're going to be very personal with them. You're going to offer them a drink. You're going to make it your home. Make your social media your home. So when somebody shows up, don't just ignore them when they comment or ignore them when they leave something for you. Treat them like they're in your home. Be kind to them. Thank them for commenting. Thank them for stopping by. Maybe going over to their Instagram or their Facebook group or their page and showing them love on what they're doing. Especially when you're first starting out, your community is going to be the most important thing for you. And if you nurture that community, you're there for them, you show up, and they can see that you really not just care about what you do and your passion and your mission, but you really, really care about the people in it. That's going to work out for them, and it's going to work out for you. They're going to be the people who are your ambassadors. They're going to be the people who are telling their friends about you, who are sending you word-of-mouth referrals, and that is so much more powerful than any form of social media. Hi, Tiffany. Thanks for joining. Tiffany says, it kills me when I see people who own a group and no one even knows they're the owner. Exactly, yeah. So you want to show up. You want to be, doing live streams, adding content. One thing that I like to do is when I see people asking questions and I know the answer to it, just pop in there and answer their question. Tell them what tech tool really works for you, or give them a little bit of feedback or advice. It's your group, it's your home, like Tiffany's saying. So you would not go to someone's party and not have the person who's running the party or hosting the party say hi to you. So why would you do that with your own social media presence? And that's a big thing that worked for me. It's, hanging out with my community is my favorite part of my business, so it comes very naturally to me. But now hanging out with all these other girls who are just killing it with their following. Sorry guys, my top keeps falling down. This probably wasn't the best top to wear. But just killing it with their following, have 50, 60,000 followers. They're all doing the same thing. There's no magic formula. You can't press a button and have a huge following overnight or a huge audience every night. It really is about figuring out what do you love about it? What type of people do you talk to and you just have that warm fuzzy feeling inside. You love helping them, you love sharing your knowledge, you love training them. Don't stop just in real life and be different on social media. Social media is going to exponentially grow your passion and help you share your knowledge and help you get out there and help people all across the world. So treat your social media the same way and have fun with it. Don't make it so stressful. Saya saying, what's the best way to connect with them when they like you? A shout out or a heart? Thanks. So it really depends. Keep it organic. There's not a certain path that you have to do every single time, but I change it up. So lately, one thing that I learned from my friend Tracy that I love is she notices that if somebody goes on her Instagram and likes a whole bunch of her photos, she'll shout them out. And I've been doing that and people absolutely love it and they really, really appreciate it. What I always do too is if people are liking and commenting on my photos on Instagram, I make sure that I go back and I either comment on their profile or I'll just thank them for liking or just share something insightful or share, a lot of times I'll post quotes. So not just quotes from someone famous, but if I'm thinking of something, if I think of a new perspective or a point of view that I think will really help people, I'll turn that into a quote, using Canva, and I'll share that. And if somebody says, thank you for sharing that, that really impacted me today, that really helped me today, I'll say you're welcome, I'm glad it impacted you, and this is, why I was inspired, or this is how I got the inspiration for it. So really connecting on a personal level, because at the end of the day, in this online world, there's going to be so many people out there who are doing something very similar to you, right? And so if you don't have your personality in it, people aren't going to just remember your logo. People aren't just going to remember your color scheme. And, my color scheme and my logos have changed over the years, and that's not what people remember me for. They remember me, for my stories, for the fact that I actually care about them. So really just respond in the way that feels natural to you. You can comment on their own page. You can just thank them in your own feed. Whatever feels natural for you. just do that and keep it authentic. If you're trying to comment back in a way that doesn't feel natural, it's not going to feel good for you and it's not going to feel good for your followers. Tiffany says, yes, gal. Hi, Tiffany. Tiffany says that means they get to know their community and vice versa, and she is totally right. So, and that's actually what I'm going to get into the next point. So the first point was treating your small following like a big following. Don't get stressed out if you're just starting out, and also don't think that big following means more customers. Followers mean followers and customers mean customers. So you don't need to have 10,000 followers to have customers. You can have customers and clients with no social media, right? There's a completely different correlation, and I'm noticing a lot of times if I'm working with someone new, they're thinking, okay, I need to get to 4,000 followers to get a customer. That is not true. You need to provide value, you need to position yourself as an expert, you need to have something of value to offer. That is what's gonna get you customers, not necessarily followers. The only like real reason why you would need to have a lot of followers in order to get customers is maybe if you were gonna be a social media strategist, because you'd want to have that social proof. But outside of that, you know, followers are followers and customers are customers. So don't get too caught up in the numbers, because that's not what the most important thing. The engagement is a lot higher. And even like working with some of the girls here, they're saying that followers aren't everything, engagement is everything. So if you are, for example, wanting to work with a brand, you know, you're an Instagram blogger or something like that, if you don't have a high engagement, even if you have a lot of followers, you still might not get those deals. They want to know that you have that relationship and that trust with your audience. So the third point that I want to talk about to boost your engagement and to grow your audience with incredible, amazing people that you love to work with is to ask a lot of questions. So I love to ask questions. I'm naturally very curious. And the thing is, if you want your audience to find you interesting and to care about you, you really have to care about them. You have to know who you're talking to. And again, it kind of goes back to that whole party thing, but you want to go to a party and talk to someone. You wouldn't be able to have a very natural conversation if you didn't know anything about them, if you didn't know, you know, where they work or what they do or what their interests are or what even brought them there, right? And so the same thing works on social media. Ask your audience questions. If people are liking and commenting on one specific post over another or one specific blog post over another, like ask them what they liked about it. Look at the numbers, see what's working and what's not working so you can continue to get better. And how that's going to help you is, first off, they're going to see that you actually care about them, that you're trying to create content for them. And also, it's really going to help you because you're going to know what they like. You're going to know what people respond to. I'm always doing polls in my group, sending out surveys. When people are emailing me asking them questions, I'm always asking questions back to really dig down into, you know, what is the real obstacle they're trying to overcome and how I can really help them at the very core of it. So asking questions is going to boost your engagement because, of course, people love to talk about themselves. They love to answer questions. And so especially on Instagram, if you're asking a question and people are answering, you're gonna have a lot more engagement, but also it's of such a benefit for you because you no longer have to guess what your audience wants or guess what kind of products to create or guess what kind of content to create. You are getting the real source from people, what they want. So survey your audience, do polls. I love seeing the polls in this very Facebook group, so feel free to use the Facebook tool that helps you do polls and pull the audience in here and see if they're your right target audience, and start from there. Or ask questions. Ask people like what kind of products they've used in the past or what kind of services they like or what they need help with, and that's going to help you understand how you can truly make an impact and help other people. So if you really want to boost your engagement and grow your audience, really remembering that it's more than just like the hearts and the likes. The people on the other side are real people, so taking it back to a human component, talking to them like real people, really caring about them, you know, treating that small following like a big following, liking and commenting on them back, and having a two-way conversation. It shouldn't just be you talking at them, but them also, you know, responding and being a part of the community and you helping them as best as you can. So hopefully this helped you with a few tips of boosting your engagement. Make sure you ask or leave any questions or comments you have in the comments, and I'll make sure to go back and answer them for you. And if this helped you, make sure you share with your friends who are female entrepreneurs so you can grow this incredible community of female entrepreneurs and help more women create their yes. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.